Team 7 welcomes you to Germany by Chester, Austin, and Matt. Germany is a country that is rich with history. The current population is 80.89 million. Beginning with World War I and II, the country of Germany experienced a deep depression. With the country in financial distress and trying to rebuild what was lost from the wars, what occurred over the next 10 to 20 years is referred to as the German economic miracle. The country was able to change its political structure and then change the fiscal and monetary policies. These changes led to a large productivity gain and the creation of an economy that was the envy of many countries in Europe. This economic miracle shows the resilience of the German people and their government. Even today, while most of the world is working through a recession, Germany has implemented austerity measures to ensure that they are productive and financially successful. Politics. Germany is a federal republic that has three branches: the legislative, the judicial, the executive. The executive branch consists of the chief of state, which is the president, the head of government, which is the chancellor, and their cabinet members. The legislative branch is a bicameral parliament made up of the federal council and the federal diet. The judicial branch consists of 127 judges. Within that is the federal constitutional court, which is made up of 2 senates, each with 9 members. The federal council consists of 69 members. They are appointed by each of the 16 state governments. The federal diet, which consists of 631 seats, half of them are elected by simple majority vote, the other half is elected by proportional representation vote. This outlines the normal process for passing a bill. The process is similar in many ways to how bills are passed in the United States. A bill must be reviewed many times and receive approval from not only the federal council, the federal diet, and the president, but also must make it through many different committees as well. This chart displays the results of the last election in Germany based on political parties. The top 4 political parties are the Christian Democratic Union, the Social Democratic Party, the Free Democratic Party, and the Green Party. This is the economy. The FDI in Germany ranks 7th in the world as a recipient of foreign direct investment, according to the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development. According to the official German central bank statistics for 2012, 58% of all FDI stock in Germany originated from within the EU 27. North America accounts for 24% of FDI stock, while Asia holds a 9% share. Germany is the world's largest recipient of new Chinese FDI projects. The international trade. Germany prides itself on not incurring additional debt. The recent recession that has affected the world economy has most OECD member countries having a negative trade balance. But Germany is able to have a large positive trade balance. The value-added tax. Companies must add the value-added tax to their price, thus the value-added tax is only paid by the end user. Exports are exempt from the value-added tax, and Germany has the lowest value-added tax in Europe. The Heritage Foundation's Economic Freedom Index measures many different areas of a country, like rule of law, limited government, regulatory efficiency, and open markets. This is an important index for companies that are looking to invest in different countries. Germany ranks 16th in the world for its economic freedom score. Overall, when discussing and taking into account human development measures, Germany ranks 6th in the world. This measures that they have a workforce that is highly skilled when compared to other countries. Germany experiences less volatile inflation than many other countries. The highest period of inflation was only 8% during the early 70s. During this time, other countries experienced double-digit inflation. This is the gross national income based on the purchasing power parity. This illustrates how well the German economy is performing. It is among the highest of the OECD member countries.
Let's move on to the culture of Germany, which is steeped in tradition and history. In today's Germany, you can find close to 70% of the population practicing a form of Christianity split down the middle between Protestantism and Catholicism. 3.7% of the population claims Muslim and 28.3% other. Judaism and Buddhism are under the category of other, as both account for less than 1% of the population. Now let's take a look at the educational system in Germany. I asked my friend Aaron, who lives in Germany and is a father of school-age children, about the educational system, and his reply was that it is very different. Here, there are tests starting in 4th grade, and based on results, they begin a process of directing kids to the best school for them. Top schools are based on kids they feel have the opportunity to advance in academics, and the other schools are based on kids they think will more likely be geared for a trade. They have similar tests in 8th grade and then a final test in high school. Each time, kids either move forward towards college or are steered towards a trade. By the time college comes around, only a select few are qualified, but college is free. Germans are shocked when they hear about how much college costs in the USA. So that's a little information about the way the schools operate, but what about performance standards? Well, across the board, Germany's scores are better. According to PESTEL, which normalizes education performance standards throughout all OECD countries, compared to the US, Germany scores significantly better in math, somewhat better in reading, significantly better in science, and ekes out a small advantage in problem solving. Overall, Germany's scores are much higher than world averages. Now let's take a look at some cultural indicators from Geert Hofstede. As we take a look at these 6 dimensions, we will compare them to the United States so you have a good frame of reference. Throughout this comparison, please note that Germany is notated by blue and the US by red. First, we will take a look at the power distance indicator, which is the extent to which less powerful members of institutions and organizations accept that power is distributed unequally. Germany's low power distance hints that subordinates may feel empowered to challenge superiors, possibly due to the high level of training and education that is expected within the German workforce. Moving on to individualism, we find that though Germany does not nearly rank as high as the US in individualism, its score of 67 shows that Germany is indeed a truly individualistic culture, meaning they will place friends and family first above all else. The masculinity index also shows a close comparison to the US. Performance is highly valued in German society as indicated by a high masculinity score of 66, and as mentioned previously concerning education, even in the 4th grade. Performance through testing is helping define how children may succeed in future endeavors. When reviewing uncertainty avoidance, we find that Germany scores on the high end. A high score in uncertainty avoidance lets you know that Germans will tend to avoid ambiguous situations. This is an important note when you are conducting business in the country, as there is a difference here between the US and Germany. Be sure all ideas and procedures are well thought out and systematic in nature. The biggest difference you will find between German and the US in terms of Hofstede's cultural dimensions is in long-term orientation. Rather than being so rooted in tradition and unwilling to change, Germany's scores let us know that they are okay with adapting tradition to societal change and are willing to be innovative in areas like education to ensure future successes. We can also find a difference between the US and Germany in the last of Hofstede's dimensions, indulgence. Here, the low score for Germany relates to an idea that individuals should be a little restrained and have a propensity to control the gratification of their desires. According to the OECD, or Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development's Better Life Index, Germany performs well in many measures of well-being relative to most other countries. Understandably, it falls short of the US in a few categories, such as housing and income. However, Germany ranks above the average in education and skills, work-life balance, jobs and earnings, environmental quality, social connections, personal security, and subjective well-being. One telling sign of the culture's perspective on work and personal life is the work-life balance. A positive work-life balance translates to a favorable social life and well-being for your family. Here, Germany ranks in the top 10 of all countries in the OECD. This graph truly doesn't represent the whole story either, as countries have been removed so you can see both Germany and the US on a readable graph. Now let's talk about technology. Most people are very aware of Germany's prowess in the automobile industry, and you may know that the business management software company SAP is from Germany. However, few countries have contributed so much to science and technology as Germany. Germany is a leader in many EU-funded projects such as FlexNet, which is helping Europe become a leader in flexible, organic, and large area electronics, and SME robotics, which aims to develop a new manufacturing robot that is simple and intuitive to use. According to the World Bank, expenditures for research and development are current and capital expenditures, both public and private, on creative work undertaken systematically to increase knowledge, including knowledge of humanity, culture, and society, and the use of knowledge for new applications. R&D covers basic research, applied research, and experimental development. Germany spends 2.92% of total GDP on research and development. High technology exports are products with high R&D intensity such as in aerospace, computers, pharmaceuticals, scientific instruments, and electrical machinery. Data are in current US dollars. You can see in this chart how Germany relates to the US and similar economies.
Let's look at the German environment. With regards to Germany's environment, as shown geographically, Germany is centrally positioned among the European Union. This allows German-based companies to be able to hub in Germany and still be able to deliver goods to most large European cities within 24 hours. Germany hosts the state-of-the-art transportation networks by road, rail, sea, and inland waterways, as well as a dense network of both national and international airports. Germany provides easy access to domestic and international markets. Germany is a global logistics hub. Its share of the European logistics market, around 28%, makes it a major player in the economic development of Europe. More goods pass through Germany than through any other country in Europe. Perhaps no other legislation has been copied worldwide as much as Germany's Renewable Energy Act, making it a tremendous success story. The law specifies that renewables have priority on the grid and that investors in renewables must receive sufficient compensation to provide a return on their investment irrespective of electricity prices on the power exchange. The resulting high level of investment security and the lack of red tape are often cited as the main reasons why the EEG has brought down the cost of renewables so much. 92% of German citizens support the effort to grow renewable energy. How successful has Germany's environmental policy been? Germany is a global leader with regards to producing more GDP with less energy. Germany imports 2/3 of its energy. Renewables and energy efficiency help reduce imports significantly, thus increasing Germany's energy security. In fact, the cost of renewable energy in Germany is projected to be less than or equal fossil and nuclear energy by 2017. Renewable energy reduces Germany's dependency on energy imports. This makes Germany less vulnerable to unpredictability, fluctuating prices for fossil fuels, and to political influence from abroad. Germany's energy efficiency has improved significantly since 1990. While the amount of power generated has increased with renewable energy, the overall primary consumption of energy has fallen. Lowered energy consumption is clearly Germany's goal. Germany has managed to reduce CO2 emissions by 22% since 1991. However, they have been able to increase GDP by 28%. Energy efficiency and renewable energy are clearly vital to business in Germany. Now let's talk about the German democratic constitutional state. Germany's legal system is based on the highest source of law, the 1949 Basic Law of the Republic of Germany, which is the nation's constitution. Germany has 5 basic types of courts, plus the Federal Constitutional Court. The Rule of Law Index ranks Germany 8th globally in 2015. For comparison, the United States ranks 19th this year. We can see from this graph that Germany ranks 2nd globally in regards to access to civil justice. Whether an individual or large conglomerate, German courts are equally accessible. There are currently more than 20,000 judges in Germany. This high level of legal stability and high legal efficiency is a benefit that attracts investment and entrepreneurial activity into the country. Germany ranks high globally in legal system efficiency, ahead of the United States. Entrepreneurs are attracted to Germany due to its legal efficiency and intellectual property protection. Germany is home to tens of thousands of businesses ranging from small sole proprietorships to large conglomerates. The German government is very open to establishment of all types of businesses. Germany is number 2 in the world with regards to intellectual property security.
Now let's look at the SWOT for Germany. As far as strengths, Germany has a good financial stability. They have a low debt, positive trade balance, positive work-life balance, a good educational system. Germany is centrally located in Europe, which aids in ease of trade and transport of goods. They have a high legal system efficiency ranking, and Germany ranks 2nd globally in access to civil justice. As far as weaknesses, Germany has a tendency to lend to struggling economies with a high risk of not receiving a loan repayment. They have a focus on renewable energy versus fossil fuels, which is at a global low price. Germany has a tendency to restrict free trade outside of the European Union, and Germany has an import turnover tax. For opportunities, due to the educational system, Germany has a growing population of skilled workers. Also, due to a large focus on renewable energy, a company that fits this focus should find a multitude of opportunities. Germany is number 2 globally in intellectual security, so they are ideal for companies wishing to grow and innovate within Germany. When looking at threats, we can look at the euro's volatility. Look at the example of Greece currently. Also, Germany has strict energy laws and a focus on CO2 reduction. There is also a lot of market competition with countries that are more open to free trade, such as the US.
We hope that We hope you found this video informative.
And should you decide to do business in Germany,
Wir begrüßen Sie.